right, man. Are the Detroit Pistons the most athletic team in the National Basketball Association? Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and the subscribe button. It is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. It's a great question. One of my subs brought it up in the live stream we did Tuesday. Just off the top, the Knicks are pretty athletic. I mean, Brunson ain't the most athletic point guard. He's more crafty than athletic, but I want to call him Hampton. Barrett, Randall, Mitchell Robinson, I'm sure what's going on with Quickly. They pretty athletic. Charlotte is probably the one team, and Houston probably that rival in New Orleans. All young teams that rival the Pistons in that category. When you talk about Charlotte, you get Bridges back. Not sure what happened with P.J. Washington. Like to see the Pistons go after him. Not sure what happened to the Mark Williams center and they drafted. I ain't pretty much been seeing much of him. You add Brandon Miller, LaMelo Ball. So they got an athletic bunch out there. They can get out there and run. New Orleans, they don't get no more athletic than Zion, but he ain't never healthy. Brandon Ingram, he ain't never healthy. Jackson Hayes is gone. So they still got a nice athletic bunch in Houston. I mean, Kevin Porter, good athlete. Jalen Green, really good athlete. Jabari Smith, good athlete. Cam Martin Jr., I think he getting traded or got traded. Could be wrong. Tari Eason, y'all know that's my boy. Cam Johnson. So just kind of going through the mix. Just thinking about teams. Some of the older teams you really don't, see as athletic, but the Clippers have healthy pretty athletic. I mean, Terrence Mann, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, they really athletic bunch. Denver, Michael Porter Jr. solid. Aaron Gordon, great, good athlete. Some of the older teams ain't so athletic. You know what I'm saying? Cleveland, it's another good athletic team. Garland and Mitchell, Mobley, Jared Allen. Now you add Imani Bates to that makes Isaac Okoro. Did Karis Virgo back there? I think he did. So yeah, they have a very athletic bunch too, man. But I think you talking about New Orleans, Zion get a big boost because Zion. I think Houston get a big boost because Jabari and Tari and Jalen Green, and Cleveland. I mean, Mobley is just other than Zion, I don't get more athletic than Evan Mobley out here. But I think where the Pistons kind of really thrive at in the athletic department is, I think when you say Zion, I think what you're starting to see from Jalen Duren. I think Duren and Evan Mobley is in that next tier of athletes. But what makes the Pistons a little bit more dangerous is that Jaden Ivey is very athletic. And then what make him even more dangerous, Short Thompson is just as athletic as he is. So when you look at the Pistons, they got three freaky athletic guys in Duren, Ivy, and Thompson. And shout out to the A-Man Thompson too over there in Houston. I forgot about him. They both athletic. So you got three freaky athletic guys, like super duper athletic guys on your team. Houston, Jabari, Green, and A-Man Thompson, Tari Eason. They got quite a few. So it's interesting. It's interesting because then you start digging a little deeper, and Wiseman is just a solid athlete, but Cade is a really good athlete. He, when you talking about shiftiness and pure athleticism, he is just in a different way. But I think the Pistons got truly three elite athletes. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody, but they got truly three elite athletes. You look at Houston, you say Greens, Jabari, A-Man, Tari, Cam. So they got about 4 or 5 over in Houston. I mean, Porter ain't shit to snap at neither. So Houston got about 3, about 4, elite athletes. Cleveland whole starting 5 is damn near pretty good elite. Damn near good athletes. I mean, Mobley is the elite athlete. Then Garland, and then I think Mitchell is not quite like elite. I would say yeah. So Yeah, it's a lot of athletic teams. You know, you look at Charlotte. You don't know what's left of Miles Bridges, or how long it's going to take to come back, or if he will get it back and fly straight. LaMelo, solid. Him and Cade pretty much. LaMelo and Cade pretty much same on the same athletic line. They bigger guards, so they not gonna be as shifty, but they got the length and the reach to make up for it. So, Indiana kind of like they coming too. Hellburton, Benedict Mathurin, they up there. So I would say the Pistons by the top 3 or 4, no less than 5 athletically. But you know all the teams we talk about, they trying to make that transition. And shout out to the Magic too, because Paulo Brancho, like he's a freak of nature, you know. And Jalen Suggs a good athlete. So yeah, they might not be right there with those teams we named, but they got really good, you know, team. You know, they got really good. They're really solid team. All these young teams are really athletic. You know what I'm saying? But you start talking about the Nuggets, and you start talking about, and Boston got a good good team. They're not the most athletic team out there, but you know Robert Williams might be their best athlete, just in a vacuum. You know, Jason Tatum, he's solid. Brown, he can do some things, but they not that shifty athletic. They're more well rounded. But once you start looking at the Bostons, the Milwaukee, you know, stuff of that nature, they know how to play the game, so they don't rely on athleticism. That's why, you know, these young teams, they got to learn to play, they got to learn to progress and play defense. And that's kind of where Memphis, another, you know, really good team at. Jaren Jackson, great athlete. John Morant, great athlete. But those are they really 2 good athletes. Got rid of Dylan Brooks, you know, Desmond Bain, he's solid. He ain't elite, but you know, a lot of these guys, a lot of these teams, I think Memphis, the reason they excel so fast, and I said this on the live last night, they embrace defense and they really embody the city of Memphis. They kind of like the, you know, what is it, the successors to the grind house, the grind, you know, Memphis. With Zach Randolph and Mike Gasol pounding the paint. They kind of embodied that a little bit. You know, they tough, gritty, and they commit on the defensive end of the floor. They just got to find the proper, somebody got to be to go get a bucket for them outside of Desmond Bain. Once they find somebody else that can go get them a bucket, and they kind of stop trying to be gangster. You know, don't lose that bravado, don't lose that confidence, don't lose that swag, don't lose that blue-collar defensive mentality. But once they kind of stop trying to be gangster and all that and be overconfident, it shouldn't be and get that score and some shooting. Memphis should win championships, honestly. But the reason they're ahead of the rest of the young teams is because they're committed to the defensive end of the floor. And all young teams we talked about, because Ashton Kay Cunningham trainer came through the live yesterday and said, can the Pistons be a playoff team? And I said, yeah, or play in. They could be right there, but the thing that's gonna separate these teams from making that jump, because all of them got talent. It's New Orleans, Houston, Cleveland, Charlotte, Orlando. They all got talent. What's gonna separate them is health, and who gonna be able to put it all together. But most importantly, who gonna be able to commit on the defensive end of the floor. So whoever be able to commit on the defensive end of the floor and play great team defense is gonna win. But I say the Pistons amongst the top 5, no less than 6 or 7 athletic team in the league, and they really should use that to their advantage and run these guys out the arena. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Check out Detroit Pistons Talk playlist, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe button, it's the bell icon button, hit the link tree, you can find me on Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You know, don't forget to check out Spotify. Added a new episode on there Tuesday night. So subscribe to it, follow it, rate it, appreciate it, whatever it is over there. Appreciate the love and support. And don't forget to check out my main channel right here on YouTube, Goodfella TV, for more sports, music, news, entertainment. Peace.